Police response to that deadly school shooting in Florida. Why did some deputies stay outside the building where a gunman killed 17 students and teachers? Severe weather puts millions across the country under the threat of flash flooding, hail, and possible tornadoes. The United Nations takes action as the death toll from violence in Syria tops 500 in just 1 week. And history is made. We're live in Pyeongchang with a look at Team USA's surprising curling victory and the story of one skier's inspiring journey to the Paralympic Games.
This is NBC Nightly News with Kate Snow.
Good evening. We begin with breaking news on this Saturday. A highly redacted memo from Democrats on the House Intelligence Committee finally made public this afternoon. It is a scathing response to the Republican claims secret surveillance of a Trump campaign aide. Democrats saying their version of events should put those assertions to rest. The White House calling this new memo an attempt to undercut the president politically. Our White House correspondent Kelly O'Donnell is in Washington with what it reveals.
Tonight, the Democrats get their counterpunch. Their much-anticipated memo declassified.
The original Republican memo really was dubbed a nothing burger for good reason.
10 pages with some secret information still blacked out, now public, challenging a Republican-made allegation of partisan bias at the Justice Department. It was a surprise announcement from the GOP chairman, applauded at a conservative conference tonight.
What you're not going to see is anything that actually rejects what was in our memo.
Democrats argue the Department of Justice followed the rules fairly in the Russia investigation. Democrats say the FBI had ample reason to believe Trump campaign aide Carter Page was acting as an agent for Russia when they sought surveillance on him. They also dispute Republicans' claims of partisan bias about a key informant, former British intelligence officer Christopher Steele, when Steele's salacious dossier about candidate Trump was presented to the FISA court. Democrats insist the FISA court was told that Steele was, quote, hired by politically motivated U.S. persons, though not specifically that the DNC and Clinton campaign had paid him.
They are advocating that it's okay for the FBI and DOJ to use political dirt paid for by one campaign and use it against the other campaign.
The top Democrat, Adam Schiff, says the American people deserve to hear from both sides.
These attacks on the hardworking people at the Bureau are a real disservice to them, and they're designed to undermine Bob Mueller. They're designed to distract focus from the Russia investigation.
And tonight, the president, who had to greenlight the declassification of the Democrats' memo, is criticizing it on Twitter, saying it is a total political and legal bust. He goes on to say it actually confirms government surveillance abuses. And he ends his tweet in all caps with 2 words: so illegal. Kate?
Kelly O'Donnell at the White House tonight. Kelly, thank you. Shocking new revelations tonight about what happened in the minutes after 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz opened fire in a Florida high school, killing 17. Law enforcement sources telling NBC News there were more responding officers who remained outside instead of going into the building where the shooting took place. It has sparked new outrage, and the Broward County Sheriff's Department has reportedly launched an internal investigation. Maya Rodriguez has our report from Parkland.
As officers from local police departments rushed to the shooting at Stoneman Douglas High, our sources say 3 Broward Sheriff's deputies remained outside the freshman building, where most of the shooting took place. It is not clear why. The Sheriff's Office did not respond to our requests for comment.
When we realized that there were people in place that might have had a way to prevent this, and then people that at the scene didn't do all they could, it's just heartbreaking, and I'm angry.
The new revelation comes just days after Broward Sheriff Scott Israel announced the school's armed guard did not go into the school building either.
What matters is that when we in law enforcement arrive at an active shooter, we go in and address the target. And that's what should have been done.
NBC News terrorism analyst Clint Van Zandt says it's a lesson learned from previous mass shootings.
That's your job, is to run toward danger in this particular case, because if you can't isolate, if you can't neutralize that shooter, every second there's a chance people are dying.
For the students who survived, added concern about their safety.
It shows what a terrifying reality that we live in this country, to the point that police officers that are veterans are not willing to go in and take out an individual with an AR-15. That's when you know there's something seriously wrong.
The last shooting victim will be laid to rest tomorrow, on the same day that students and parents will be welcomed back here to the school for the first time since the shooting. Kate.
Maya Rodriguez tonight, thank you. From Texas to Illinois, millions tonight are in the path of severe weather, facing the threat of flooding and tornado watches. This after much of the affected area has already been inundated for days with record rainfall. Ron Allen reports on the threat that will persist even after the rain stops.
Tonight, Kentucky and parts of Illinois, Indiana, and Missouri under states of emergency, facing heavy rain and strong winds. And in Arkansas, a tornado watch. Flood watches from Texas to Pennsylvania, putting nearly 40 million people at risk in Pittsburgh, Louisville, and Little Rock.
More heavy rain and a flooding potential coming, and we will have strong to severe storms as well.
In hard-hit Cincinnati, the ramp to the main interstate highway submerged. Businesses and parks along the waterfront closed for miles. The Ohio River at its highest level in 2 decades, and not expected to peak until Tuesday.
The 97, it was all the way up. You know, we couldn't be standing here.
In Michigan, residents watching the water creep higher, sandbagging their homes. The next 36 hours crucial, with rivers expected to reach record levels. The Kalamazoo already topping a mark set 70 years ago. Across the region, hundreds have evacuated homes surrounded by water. In Pennsylvania, a police officer swept up by fast-rising water, rescued from the roof of his cruiser. The floodwaters blamed for at least 3 deaths, including a child. Some relief expected Sunday as the storm moves on, leaving thousands to deal with the epic floods in its wake. Ron Allen, NBC News.
In North Carolina, thousands of people lined the streets today to bid farewell to the late Reverend Billy Graham as a procession took the world's most famous preacher to his hometown. Our Morgan Radford is there.
A final journey for America's pastor. Billy Graham, the Christian evangelist who many in North Carolina call their hometown hero.
I heard him all my life, and he will be missed by a lot of people.
Neighbors packed the streets just to get a glimpse of his motorcade.
He deserves respect, and I know I'll cry, so I don't want to do this.
It's just overwhelming feeling. My heart just will not stop.
Saying goodbye as it left the tiny town of Black Mountain and made the journey home to the Charlotte dairy farm where Graham was born. Though at times controversial, Graham brought his message to 215 million people in 185 countries, more than any preacher in history. A message his family says was important, even when at times it wasn't popular.
Well, my father was criticized for going to Eastern Europe. He was criticized because he was friends with Martin Luther King. He just didn't care. He felt right was right, wrong was wrong, and he was going to do what he thought was right.
For his family, Graham's legacy is eternal. For his followers, his message of hope lives on.
He was always one that just made us think of the world and how it could be a better place.
Kate, we're standing here in front of Billy Graham's childhood home, and this is where the public will be allowed to come and pay their final respects on Monday and Tuesday before his body goes to lie in honor at the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday and Thursday. Finally, there will be a private funeral ceremony held on Friday. All of the past presidents and the current president have been invited to attend. Kate?
It'll be quite an event. Morgan, thank you. Overseas, a possible pause in bombing in what has been an extremely violent and deadly week in Syria. Tonight, the UN Security Council approved a 30-day ceasefire to allow aid to enter the rebel stronghold of East Ghouta. NBC's Ali Arouzi has a closer look at the growing humanitarian crisis.
Tightening the noose around North Korea.
We imposed today the heaviest sanctions ever imposed on a country before.
Fresh penalties on dozens of shipping companies the U.S. accuses of trading coal and fuel with North Korea, violating UN sanctions. The announcement comes as Olympic diplomacy heats up, possibly bringing North Korea in from the cold. The rogue nation joining forces with South Korean athletes at the Pyeongchang Games, where North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's sister greeted South Korean leaders and made a chilly appearance alongside Vice President Mike Pence. The president's latest move angered Russia and China, with China's foreign ministry today demanding the U.S. stop wrongdoings that undermine bilateral cooperation. President Trump following up Friday with a vague threat.
If the sanctions don't work, we'll have to go phase 2. And phase 2 may be a very rough thing, may be very, very unfortunate for the world.
And this weekend deploying his daughter Ivanka to the Koreas, who urged maximum pressure to denuclearize the North. But North Korea hasn't tested a missile in nearly 3 months, causing some to worry maximum pressure could lead to minimum results. Matt Bradley, NBC News.
Well, that was obviously an error on our part. That was a report by Matt Bradley on North Korea and new sanctions there. Now let's go back to the story about the growing humanitarian crisis in Syria.
Hell on earth is how the UN describes East Ghouta. The Syrian regime has pounded the city for 7 days, barrel bombs and shells raining down. More than 500 lives lost, according to people in the war zone, many women and children.
Save the children of Ghouta.
A desperate plea by 10-year-old Noor and her 8-year-old sister, Ala, injured just 2 days ago.
Warplanes bombed our neighborhood by 8 rockets, and my sister has been injured.
Their homes and numerous others destroyed in air raids. Residents of the besieged city forced to live in underground shelters. Ghouta was once the breadbasket of Damascus, now a place of mass hunger and malnutrition. President Trump blames Russia, Assad, and Iran. Today, after weeks of wavering, the UN approved a ceasefire resolution.
Russia has belatedly decided to join the international consensus and accept the need to call for a ceasefire, but only after trying every possible way to avoid it.
Too late for the hundreds of Ghouta's dead, but a possible respite from the violence for the almost 400,000 still living there. Ali Arouzi, NBC News.
Still ahead tonight, a nationwide scam that had some people losing tens of thousands of dollars. What you need to know as the feds crack down on those behind it. Also, golden redemption for Team USA in Pyeongchang as the curling team sweeps its way to the top of the podium.
As long as there is fear, as long as there is curiosity, as long as there are undiscovered corners of the earth, and as long as there is willingness and desire, then you are capable of more. Hurry in to test drive the all-new BMW X3 today and receive exceptional offers.
Need deep, long-lasting pain relief? Try Salonpas Deep Relieving Gel. 3 powerful medicines penetrate and treat pain for up to 8 hours. Need faster relief? Try Salonpas Jet Spray. Works on contact, freezing pain fast. Salonpas.
Oscar Mayer Deli Fresh ham has no added nitrates, or artificial preservatives. Now Deli Fresh flavor is for everyone, like those who like sweet, those who prefer heat, and those who just love meat. Oscar Mayer Deli Fresh, a fresh way to deli.
Liberty Mutual stood with me when this guy got a flat tire in the middle of the night.
Hold on, Dad. Liberty did what?
Yeah, Liberty Mutual 24-hour roadside assistance helped him to fix his flat so he could get home safely.
My dad says our insurance doesn't have that. Don't worry, I know what a lug wrench is, Dad. Is this a lug wrench?
Maybe. You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I accept I don't bike the miles I used to. I even accept I have a higher risk of stroke due to AFib, a type of irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. But no matter where I ride, I go for my best. So if there's something better than warfarin, I'll go for that too. Eliquis. Eliquis reduced the risk of stroke better than warfarin, plus had less major bleeding than warfarin. Eliquis had both.
Don't stop taking Eliquis unless your doctor tells you to, as stopping increases your risk of having a